everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a follow-up of a very fun video that we did at the beginning of the month where my husband,
That's me,
and Taz is joining as well, he guessed what I was going to be reading my book of the month books that I got in March. So...
It's been more than a month.
No, it's been a month.
It's definitely been more than a month.
It's definitely been a month. I can look that up. It's been a month.
So I was like 2 years old.
I wrote down his guesses and my guesses and what I actually rated them. So let's start with the London Seance Society.
You say you wrote down my guesses?
Yeah, I went through the old video.
I didn't even remember my old guesses.
I know, that's why
they're not meant to be documented.
That's why
they're for like
here.
one time only.
No, that's the point of this. Okay, so we're gonna start with the London Seance Society. Do you remember what you rated? Guess for the London Seance Society?
The London Seance Society. I think I talked about there being way too much London. Something about cottages, abandoned chateau. This was 2.
You guessed a 3.5.
Sure, nailed it.
I guessed a 3, and I actually rated it a 2. It was awful. It was awful. Not reading from this author again. This was my second chance with this author.
I think it was better than you gave it
So
credit
boring.
For. 1.5 exactly, to be right.
1.5. I gave it a 2.
I know, if you'd have been 1.5 better, it'd have been a 3.5 like it was supposed to be.
Yeah, so we were both wrong with that one. We both were a little too ambitious on that one. Okay, so next one that we're going to talk about is Wayward, which I just finished. I just finished this one. Do you want to hold it? Do you remember what you rated that one? That one's one of the 3 generations of women.
Bird. I think I rated Bird 2.
You rated Bird 2. You did rate Bird 2.
I think I remembered Bird. Bird was...
I guessed that it was going to be a 3, and we actually gave it, I gave it a 3.75.
Wait, you can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You've only assigned me halves.
Fine.
I didn't even know I could do halves.
I didn't, well, you can
See?
do 0.75.
You did 0.25s. This is rigged the system. I obviously rated this a 2.25, and you were once again 1.5 off.
Anyway, I gave it a 3.75. It was good. It was good. It was good. You're like the Wheel of Fortune model.
Well, let her do
You can't. I was gonna say you can't do the music. I don't.
That was Price is Right.
That was. I mean, I guess that works as well. Do they have a?
No. Yes.
Yeah, they have the models.
They have male models now.
Nice. Anyway, that one was fine. It was.
No, it wasn't.
It was really sad. It was actually really sad.
And you rated it a 3.75?
Because it also had to
sadness.
It also had to do with like female strength and learning empowerment and
sad.
It was sad at the end though. It was bittersweet. It wasn't sad. It was
never heard you use that phrase before.
That's because you haven't watched my videos.
Bittersweet is your least favorite phrase.
Okay, moving on. I read The Soulmate. That's actually the first one that I read. And
this was the thriller.
Yes, this was
with
the
ghosts.
thriller. There are no ghosts.
There are ghosts.
There were no ghosts.
I've never read the book. Absolutely ghosts.
Okay, oh wait. There were kind of ghosts because
Told you!
One of the points of view is of the woman who's already dead. And she's talking in like her point of view as if like she has died, but she's not like actually there. She's like watching stuff from overhead kind of. It's weird.
Omniscient beings are still ghosts.
They're not ghosts. What did you think you gave this one?
This was like a 4 or 4.5.
Yeah, you gave this one a 4.
Because it's a thriller.
I guessed it was a 4. It was a 2.
A bad thriller.
It was not good. It was not good.
Sure?
I thought, yes. So far all of us have been wrong. So, yeah, it was really bad. I really didn't like the ending. It got really, really weird. And yeah, it's pass. It was a big pass on this one.
High expectations. Did he kill anyone? What was the big reveal in the end?
I can't tell you on the YouTube.
Oh.
I can't
Why?
tell you on the YouTube.
Spoilers. Here we go.
No
Whatever.
spoilers. I'll tell them afterwards.
You said you just tell me
Okay,
afterwards.
fine.
You can't. No,
Fine. I'm
no,
cutting.
We're not talking about it anymore. We're done here.
I'm cutting.
I don't want to know.
I'm cutting this section. I'm going to tell them really fast. Why? Okay, we're back.
Dumb.
Yeah, it was dumb. That was pretty much
How do you mess up a thriller? A silent killer, have strong, empowered character, chase around, a lot of death, the end, lives. Simple.
Sounds good. Sounds good to me. Okay, next one is Lone Women.
I remember this one. There were chests of death and zombie-like things, supposedly.
So this is the horror, and she has like a suitcase that she's carrying around.
Yeah, with bodies in it.
Maybe.
There definitely was literally in the description in here.
Well, it's actually like a monster.
Blah, blah, blah. Unforgettable cast. To find horrors, blah, blah. And the heart of the group is stored a bit, whatever. It's in here somewhere. There was a chest and there were people in it.
It was a trunk that had a monster in it.
A trunk. You literally are going to be pedantic between chest and trunk.
A trunk as in like the British slang for trunk, where it's like
we would call that a suitcase.
It's a large suitcase.
You're not British.
It's a large suitcase.
We're not popping down to the tea, are we?
What did you think it was going to be?
Trunk. It was like a 2.5, I think.
You guessed a 3.5.
Yeah,
I actually did not give this is one I forgot actually to give my own rating, but I would have given it a 3. This was a DNF.
What?
I didn't even get halfway through this book.
See, I thought this was going to be trash. And then you convinced me it wouldn't be trash. So I gave it a decent rating. And then you didn't even finish it.
It was really boring.
And I threw it away now.
No.
But
put it.
What?
No.
Fine.
Put it back under there. It was just really boring. I couldn't get into it. I didn't like the plot line. I thought it was a really good idea. And it started strong. Like the first 20 pages were really good. And then it just started. Once she got. Like she ran away from home with the stupid trunk. And got to like a homestead. And once it got to the homestead, I just got so boring. It fell much more into historical fiction-esque than more horror stuff. So I just got really bored with that one. So that one was a DNF. Okay, last one. Last one is I have some questions for you. This chunker of a book. Do you remember what you said about this one?
What?
Do you remember what you said about this one?
Well, you asked me, you said you had some questions for me. What? Who's on third?
That was the question.
Who's on third?
Stop! I hate that. Do you remember what you thought about that one?
I have some questions for you. I couldn't even tell you what this one was about. Oh, it was the podcaster one. I told you it was going to be trash because it's played out too much. I rated this either a 2 or a 1.
So you
rated it a 1, but said you were going to rate it a 4.
Yes.
And you rated it a 4.
I thought it was going to be a 5. I gave it a 1.
Yes! Victory! Why? Tell us why.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Was it the hold on. Who did I say did it?
I can't tell you.
The gym teacher?
No.
Don't you remember I said that the gym teacher was going to be the murderer?
So actually,
I know you can't tell me the reveal.
Okay, so if you man.
Nope, just let it go.
No, the thing is, he guessed it. Not in this video, in the original video. What he said in the original video was true. So I'm going to tell him really fast and cut.
Wait, if you tell them that, all I have to do is go back and watch the old video.
Yeah, but
You've
they
ruined
might not. They might not. Anyway, I'm going to cut. Okay, and we're back. He knows what happened. Yeah, he feels very smug about it. Very smug that he got the 1 correct and that it was who he said it was. What? So it was just not good. I actually talk about this a little bit more in my wrap-up that will be coming out next week after this comes out. Because I don't have the strength to talk about why I didn't like this one right now. It'll probably be in my worst books of the year.
Scoreboard 1 me, 0 you?
Actually, yeah, I think so. So, yeah, because we were both wrong with the London Sand Society. We were both wrong with Wayward. We were both wrong with the Soulmate.
Nope, your guess. Oh, we both guessed 4.
Yeah,
okay.
we were both wrong with Lone Women. And I'll give you, even though you said 4.
Give it to me. I said it'd be a 1.
Even though you said it's a 4, I will give you.
You even wrote, would be a 1.
Okay, so he gets a point. I'm over. He's got a point. So he's winning right now.
Victory.
But we're on to the second portion of this video.
Wait, what?
Which is, I got new book of the month book.
You said second portion.
He doesn't know how many I
signed up for 1 video a month. According to you, we're still in the same month, and this is 2.
We're gonna pretend it's April. This is coming out on April 1st.
This is over my allotted limit. Where are my labor laws?
Okay, so anyway, the book of the month books came out today, and I ordered some. Would you like to guess how many I got?
You said 1. You said I might get 1 after the DNF warning of the last month.
I know, it was last month was really bad.
1 was your exact quote.
Last month
so you
was
probably
really
bought
bad.
6.
Well, the total you can get is 5.
I know. You probably bought 6.
No, I didn't use my other account.
Exactly. I know it exists.
So how many did I get?
4.
5.
This is going to be a long video.
We're gonna go through it quickly. Okay.
When have we ever gone through anything quickly except a meal?
It's gonna be faster.
Because I was hungry.
I promise. Okay, we're gonna start with the thriller.
5. Done. Next.
But this is by Megan Miranda. I have already read a book.
Know who that is?
I've already read a book by Megan Miranda. Mom got me one.
She related to Miranda Lambert.
No. Are all Mirandas related?
Never know.
Anyway, so this is called The Only Survivors. And it is a thriller, like I said. And... God.
That's a long synopsis.
That's a really long synopsis. Okay. Like I said, I read a Megan Miranda before, and I actually really liked it. I think I gave it a 4.
So this will be my second. Every time you read
this will be my second one.
Authors, other books.
Actually, it does tend to go well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 7 hours in the past, 7 days in the present, 7 survivors remaining. Who would you save? A decade ago, 2 vans filled with high school seniors on a school service trip crashed into a Tennessee ravine.
I've probably been there.
A tragedy that claimed the lives of multiple classmates and teachers. The 9 students who managed to escape the river that night were irrevocably changed. A year later, after one of the survivors dies by suicide on the anniversary of the crash, the rest of them make a pact to come together each year to commemorate that terrible night, to keep one another safe, to hold one another accountable, or both. Their annual meeting place, a house on the Outer Banks, has long been a refuge, but by the 10th anniversary, Cassidy Bent has worked to distance herself from the tragedy and from the other survivors. She's changed her mobile number, she's blocked the others' email addresses. This year, she is determined to finally break ties once and for all, but on the day of the reunion, she receives a text with an obituary attached. Another survivor is gone. Now they are 7, and Cassidy finds herself hurling back toward the group, wild with grief and suspicion. Almost immediately, something feels off this year. Cassidy is the first to notice when Amaya, annual organizer, slips away overwhelmed. This wouldn't raise alarm except for the impending storm. Suddenly, they're facing the threat of closed roads and surging water. Again. Then Amaya stops responding to her phone. After all they've been through, she wouldn't willfully make them worry, would she? And as they promised long ago, each survivor will do whatever he or she can do to save one another, won't they? So it's locked room mystery with a bunch of people, and one of them probably has something to do with the car crashing.
Except it's not locked room mystery.
Well, it's going to be. They're
Literally,
gonna get
one of them just
in.
wandered off.
I know, but it's going to be like...
No, she's not. She's going to be out in the middle of a hurricane. This is going to be a disaster movie from the 90s.
It's like, there's a lot of books. It's like a separate genre in thrillers where they're like stormed in somewhere in like a chateau or something like that. So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be 7 people stuck in the same house. They can't really go anywhere, but people go missing. So obviously it's one of them that's doing it. So
it's a 4.25. Cassidy did it. Plot twist. Go.
Because okay,
it's a thriller. It is kind of leaning into your thing. There's high schoolers involved.
Because we're doing points now, I should have clarified this probably in the first video. He's giving it a 4.25. We'll say if I give it like a 4, then that'll count. So I guess like if
within 0.25,
within
plus or minus 0.25.
Yeah, plus or minus 0.25. I think that's good.
Yeah, it was really simple to say. Math is your strong suit. Let's go. Remember the time this video was going to be 45 minutes long?
I'm sorry. Okay, so that's the first one.
I'm not asking you to apologize. We just need to count.
That's the first one. Good to know. Teens and rugged. It's a whodunit.
Yeah, but it's also a non-linear timeline, which isn't your favorite thing.
No. Oh, well, do you know what non-linear? I feel like it's going to be...
Well, it's because it's broken.
Multiple,
it's going to be
multiple
then
points.
The middle,
yeah.
then what's going on in the current. Yeah.
Okay, next one is called Romantic Comedy by Curtis Sittenfeld.
It's literally called romantic comedy.
Yeah. But it's labeled as contemporary fiction, not romance.
This person didn't understand irony.
I feel like that's the definition of irony.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know. I don't understand the definition of irony.
Okay.
Actually,
synopsis.
It's being hypocritical.
This one's shorter. Yes.
Ted Lasso.
Yes, I know. This one is shorter, and Taz is snoring.
That's because he's a good boy.
In my... Oh, he's not even asleep. He's just breathing
He
heavy.
was just snorting. He looked at you.
Oh. He
All
keeps stealing the show. Okay. Synopsis. Sally Mills is a sketch writer for The Night Owls, basically SNL. The late night live comedy show that airs each Saturday. SNL. With a couple of heartbreaks under her belt, she's long abandoned the search for love, settling instead for the occasional hookup, career success, and a close relationship with her stepfather to round out a satisfying life. But when Sally's friend and fellow writer Danny Horst begins dating Annabelle, a glamorous actor who guest hosted the show, he joins the not-so-exclusive group of talented but average-looking and even dorky men at the show, and into society at large, who've gotten romantically involved with incredibly beautiful and accomplished women. Sally channels her annoyance into a sketch called The Danny Horst Rule, poking fun at this phenomenon while underscoring how unlikely it is that the reverse would ever happen for a woman. Enter Noah Brewster, a pop music sensation with a reputation for dating models, who signed on as both host and musical guest for this week's show. Dazzled by his charm, Sally hits it off with Noah instantly, and as they collaborate on one sketch after another, she begins to wonder whether there might actually be sparks flying. But this isn't a romantic comedy, it's real life. And in real life, someone like him would never date someone like her, right?
Someone has a Pete Davidson problem. And I'm going to go with 3.
Okay.
Because they're setting you up for failure.
Okay, what did you say the first one was going to be?
So
Again?
I said, what,
Oh, 4.25. Okay, 4. So this one's, you said a 3.
And I said that someone has a Pete Davidson
'Cause
problem
it is,
or obsession,
well,
but that's literally what they're playing.
Because it is, because the Pete Davidson thing on SNL, he dated like so many of the actresses that came on to SNL and
and everything else.
So this probably is actually, I didn't even think about that before, that probably is a direct thing to him.
I think that they're gonna just throw you for a loop since you said it was what it was, and they're not gonna end up together, but everything's gonna be okay in the end. You're gonna hate it because it's not cute enough.
Oh, I do, yeah, I wonder if like she gets a hint that he likes her, but it's not, it doesn't actually turn out that way. Like, he doesn't actually interest
I can never
her.
confirm my theories apparently to the internet, so why does this part even matter?
Well,
Nothing matters!
This one's okay, because this isn't like a thriller. The one, like, I can't talk about thriller endings. This one, that's probably not even like a spoiler.
You're a spoiler. Next book.
Okay. Next one, Camp Zero. This is dystopian.
I know.
I tend to love dystopian novels. It's also a debut, though. Debut can be a little iffy on the writing. It normally takes writers a book or two to really figure out what, like, their writing style is. It does say slow build, which is my only concern about it.
It also says tech world, and you're not good with electronics.
I like tech stuff.
I
am just fine with technology.
Really? Are you?
I can use my computer just fine.
Where's your new camera? I bought her a camera for Christmas. We're still using her phone.
I don't like change. Change.
You know what
bad.
Technology is? Change. Every 6 months.
Change is bad. I know, I still can't use the new iPhone that well. It confuses me. Okay. Anyway, Camp Zero. Synopsis. In the far north of Canada sits Camp Zero, an American building project hiding many secrets. Desperate to help her climate-displaced Korean immigrant mother, Rose agrees to travel to Camp Zero and spy on its architect. In exchange for housing, she arrives at the same time as another newcomer, a college professor named Grant, who is determined to flee his wealthy family's dark legacy. Gradually, they realize that there is more to the architect than previously thought, and a disturbing mystery lurks beneath the surface of the camp. At the same time, rumors abound of an elite group of women soldiers living and working at a nearby Cold War-era climate research station. What are they doing there, and who is leading them? An electrifying page-turner where nothing is as it seems, Camp Zero cleverly explores how the intersection of gender, class, and migration will impact who and what will survive in a warming world.
This sounds very, hello, pup. Highbrow is the word I want to use. I don't know much about Canada. What other funny thing can I throw in here? I'm sorry, but you started reading, and I thought we were going to bring in Deadpool at some point because it was some random American installation in Canada.
I love how his brain went a completely different direction than mine did. I could think about with this, even though I know it's not horror, is The Thing, which is when they're in like the Antarctic base and there's like a parasite thing. That's what I thought of. It's not going to be anything like that, but that's where my brain went right away.
Bullet point 2, it says electrifying page turner, but then it says it's slow build. That makes 0 sense.
That's true.
Bullet point 3 that I have is, my point with immigration and global warming is, where do super soldiers and global warming mix?
Yeah, that was actually my thought as well. Yeah, I do feel like there may be a little too many things that have been thrown into the book. So that could be like an issue with it if there's just too much stuff happening. Like, it's almost like, that's the issue I had with, I have some questions for you. The author put too much in it instead of focusing really well on like one topic in this dystopian world. They might focus on too many. So that is my biggest concern for this one, is there's too many things happening. The author got too excited, put too many dystopian ideas in there.
Robots control the world. Female super soldiers have to save the day. 3.75.
Okay. Okay. That's like a left turn.
They control the weather.
Okay.
Pudge controls the weather.
Okay. Next one, Anna Maria and the Fox. It's a historical romance.
5.5.
5.5. It's only 5 stars. Okay.
So, does that say?
Salacious.
Oh,
Salacious.
that's a word.
That's why it has the peach for a butt.
It looks like an apple.
Your glasses are on, right?
I mean, it is kind of peach-ish, I guess.
Let me zoom in. Peach.
Peaches don't make hearts.
That's... Okay, I quit. Synopsis. A forbidden love between a Mexican heiress and a shrewd British politician makes for a tantalizing Victorian season. Ana Maria Luna Valdez has strived to be the perfect daughter, the perfect niece, and the perfect representative of the powerful Luna familia. So, when Ana Maria is secretly sent to London with her sisters to seek refuge during the French occupation of Mexico, she experiences her first taste of freedom from the judgmental eyes of her domineering father. If only she could ignore the piercing looks she receives across ballroom floors from the austere Mr. Fox. Okay, that is not what he looks like. I guess that's what Mr. Darcy looked like, didn't he?
I'm a vampire.
Gideon Fox elevated himself from the London gutters.
Gideon?
Yes. Gideon.
Stupid name. This isn't the Bible.
Well, Criminal Minds had a Gideon.
And?
Gideon Fox elevated himself from the London gutters by chasing his burning desire for more opportunities, more choices, for everyone. Now as a member of Parliament, Gideon's on the cusp of securing the votes he needs to put forth a measure to abolish the Atlantic slave trade once and for all, a cause that is close to his heart as the grandson of a formerly enslaved woman. The charmingly vexing Anna Maria is a distraction he must ignore. But when Anna Maria finds herself in the crosshairs of a nefarious nobleman, I love the word nefarious, with his own political agenda. I know, that's what I think of it too. Gideon knows he must offer his hand as protection, but will this Mexican heiress win his heart as well?
Number one, you're going to rate this 4.5 stars. Easy peasy. It's big. This is easy.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
4.5 stars. I mean, this is...
this would probably be my 5-star
literally, again, I don't know. I got Romeo and Juliet vibes, but it definitely is Pride and Prejudice. I feel like it's just a retelling of Pride and Prejudice.
It's definitely, yeah, it's like Bridgerton.
I don't know what that is. Well, I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know what that is.
It's like Bridgerton, Pride and Prejudice, plus it seems like it's gonna be a little deeper because it actually talks about some social issues instead of just focusing on society as a whole. So that should be interesting. So I think this is gonna be my favorite one. I'm guessing a 5.
It could be a 5.
What if I rated I guess if I rated a 4.75, we both get points.
I'm hedging.
Oh, you're hedging?
I could hedge and go 4.75 to cover the 5 or the 4.5, but I don't know. You don't like to rate things 5. You just don't.
I don't. I'm really picky when it comes to that. Okay, last one.
Wait, what?
Watch our last one.
We've only done 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. Yeah, I've gone through them faster than you said I would.
I don't think you've gone through them faster than you said you would. I have escalated you through them by not allowing you to talk about them too much.
Wow. Okay.
And got it. No, that's not right. Advika?
Advika.
Yeah, that's the name I'm good with.
Advika and the Hollywood Wives. This is a contemporary fiction.
The 8 Wives of Evelyn Hugo. The 7
It
Husbands.
says glamorous feminist marriage issues, so...
Is it the 7 Husbands?
7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Yeah. I like that title.
I love that book. Okay.
It rolls off the tongue.
At age 26, Advika Srinivasan considers herself a failed screenwriter. To pay the bills and keep her mind off of the recent death of her twin sister, she's taken to bartending A-list events, including the 2015 Governor's Ball, the official after-party of the Oscars. There, in a cinematic dream come true, she meets the legendary Julian Zelding, a film producer as handsome as Paul Newman and 10 times as powerful. Fresh off his 5th Best Picture win, despite their 41-year age difference, Advika falls helplessly under his spell, and their evening flirtation ignites into a whirlwind courtship and elopement. Advika is enthralled by Julian's charm and luxurious lifestyle, but while Julian loves to talk about his famous friends and achievements, he smoothly changes the subject whenever his previous relationships come up. Then, a month into their marriage, Julian's first wife, the famous actress Evie Lockhart, dies, and a tabloid reports a shocking stipulation in her will. A single film reel and $1 million will be bequeathed to Julian's latest child bride on one condition: Advika must divorce him first. Shaken out of her love fog and still simmering grief over the loss of her sister and uneasy about Julian's sudden, inexplicable urge to start a family, Advika decides to investigate him through the eyes and experiences of his exes. From reading his first wife's biography to listening to his second wife's confessional albums to watching his third wife's Real Housewives-esque reality show, Advika starts to realize how little she knows about her husband. Realizing she rushed into the marriage for all the wrong reasons, Advika uses the info gleaned from the lives of her husband's exes to concoct a plan to extricate herself from Julian once and for all.
I feel like that's a convoluted way to tell the divorce story.
It sounds so cool, though.
It sounds interesting.
It's definitely got Seven Husbands vibes.
The overarching story tie-in, I don't care about. I just care about the middle part. Gets married to Julian, nobody really cares anymore. Let's just learn about how he screwed up in his entire life.
I know, that sounds so good.
And was terrible, and then kick him to the curb. Or, plot twist, turn down the $1 million and marry him.
Well, she's already married to him. She has to divorce him to get the $1 million.
That's true.
So, I mean, she could decide not to divorce him. But I feel like that is not the point of this.
No, it's not. It's overly complicated.
I
Convoluted, but
think
you're going to enjoy
cool.
it. 3.75.
3.7.
4.255.
Would you like to try again?
Nope.
No, like
Which one did you like?
I know. This is not a pick word. What do you think?
Somewhere between 1 and 5.
This one stressed you out. This one broke you.
4.
4?
This is 4. There's going to be something annoying in there or unhappy that causes it not to be great, but I don't know. I don't know. It seems like you could have taken like half of these theories and made it into one book, but we put it all in one.
Okay, so you're going with a 4.
Sure.
Okay, so, oh gosh, I don't remember what you said. I'll have to go back later. The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. I'm going to say 3.5.
I think I rated that one.
This is for me for later, for writing stuff down, because I re-look back at stuff.
I think it was a 4.25.
I don't remember what you put for that one. Romantic comedy, I'm going to say... I feel like it's not going to end happy, so I'm going to say a 4.
I said that, and I think I went 2.5 or 3, or somewhere in there.
You're re-rating them. I'm not
re-rating. These are
taking
guesses.
these.
It's the first one. The first one's what counts. I'm just guessing.
Okay, Camp Zero, I think could go either way. I think this could be a favorite or like one of my least favorite books. So I'm going to go middle ground 3.
I think I said 3.7.
Because I can't say anything less than 3. If I think someone's going to be less than 3, I wouldn't have gotten it. So, Anna Maria and the Fox, the historical romance, I'm saying a 5.
I said 4.75. I remember that one.
Mm-hmm. And then Advika and the Hollywood Wives, I am also going to give a 5.
I said 4.
Okay.
At least remember those two.
Yeah. Okay, so those are the guesses for this month. Hopefully my box comes soon. Hopefully these are better than last month so I can actually get through them faster. I did not mean for this video to take this long to get to. Like, I was thinking I was going to, like, super fast go through all the books that I got last month, but that did not happen. So hopefully this month's a little better. I feel like the choices seem more up my alley. Like, there's some romances and there's a thriller that I've already read from an author before that I already liked. So I have a little higher hopes for this month, hopefully. Yeah. Any last words?
You'll be hearing from my labor agent.
Labor agent?
Totally not contracted for all this. I'm worth at least $45 an hour and these videos take 2 hours to film.
You don't even make $45 an hour at your current job.
I know. I'm not
paying you $45 an hour. I'm not even making any money in these videos. You're insane. Okay. On that note, anything else?
Oh, me?
Anything else?
Well, I'd like a Mountain Dew as well every time we start one of these.
I mean, I can do that.
Oh,
I
really?
can do that.
You can buy
I
that.
can do that.
You'll be hearing from my
Any
agent.
other? What agent? The dog?
Bubs.
One of his friends, online friends.
Video game friend, and he's real life, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
Anyway, he's real. Anyway, make sure you subscribe because we're gonna have another one of these. We're gonna have another one and another one and another one. Can you stop messing? Did you deconstruct that whole pen?
It's 2 parts. What do you mean did I
I thought you,
deconstruct
like,
the
took
whole
thing
pen?
apart. Anyway, like I said, make sure to subscribe so you see more of his lovely face. Make sure you like the video and comment down below what you thought about the books. If you read any, if you're going to read any, what you think I'm going to rate them. Because you guys know my book taste, I feel like, at this point. So you guys should also make your guesses down below.
Kimberly reads the end, right? That's how we outro?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
comment, follow, subscribe. Deuces?
Yeah, we're done.
Nixons.
Stop!